Suresh Raina represented the new age Indian cricketer, an attacking left-hander who went for the big shots with impunity and cleared the field with a flourish when at the top of his game. He was also an electric fielder in the circle. All of this, though, was tempered with an iffy technique against the short ball, which was exploited mercilessly in Test cricket and meant Raina's Test career never reached the heights his limited overs career did, despite starting promisingly. Raina was prodigious at the under-19 level, his run scoring and a string of double hundreds taking him to the Indian junior team and beyond it, to India colours. It took Raina 5 years to cement his place as an India regular, moving from being a limited overs specialist who played 98 ODIs to one who became the 12th Indian to make a Test century on debut. Raina made his Test debut in Sri Lanka as a replacement for injured teammate Yuvraj Singh, who, like Raina, was a left-hander, a dasher, and in the early 2000s India's most athletic fielder. For a while it seemed Raina might have earned a long-term Test spot, but in England in 2011 his lack of skill against pace, seam and swing again opened up debates about his ability to be a consistent Test player for India. Apart from a half-century in the first Test of India Tour of England 2011 at Lord's, Raina managed just 27 runs from 7 innings. He struggled against short bowling and in the final Test was out for a 29-ball duck, the longest in India's Test history. In the shorter versions, though, there are no doubts about his talent. The ability to split the field and discover gaps where fielders could not be placed earned him high praise when he first burst through to play for India in December 2006. The early years weren't so prolific, which led to his omission from the 2007 World Cup. He forced his way back with a mountain of runs in domestic cricket, and from June 2008 was prolific in ODIs too, enhancing his stature as one of India's responsible Gen-next batsmen. During his time with India, he won the 2011 ICC Cricket World Cup and the 2013 ICC Champions Trophy. He is the first Indian batsman to hit a century in all 3 formats of international cricket. Raina's tenacity at the worst of times was typical of someone who had spent his teenage years living away from home in the demanding culture of the Uttar Pradesh sports hostel, where a lack of facilities or grooming produces cricketers who must match talent with determination. Also helping his cause were 3 supremely successful seasons for Chennai Super Kings in the IPL and the Champions League. He was one of the 4 players retained by the franchise for the 2011 season, and then again ahead of the 2014 season. When CSK was suspended for 2 years, Raina led Gujarat Lions. He captained the team for the season, and remained consistent with batting, scoring 399 runs in 15 innings. Raina had to leave for the Netherlands in between season 9 for the birth of his first child, thus making him miss his first ever match in 9 seasons of IPL. In IPL 2018, Raina was retained by the returning Super Kings for a price tag of 11 crores, $1.7 million. During the second game of the tournament, Raina suffered a calf injury, due to which he was ruled out of the next 2 games. On 23 March 2019, in the first match of the 12th edition of the tournament against Royal Challengers Bangalore, he became the first batsman to score 5,000 runs in the IPL. In 2020, Raina flew to UAE where the IPL was to be played due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic with the Super Kings squad, but days later returned to India and withdrew from the 2020 season of IPL citing personal reasons. In 2021, Raina became the 4th player in IPL history to play 200 matches, behind MS Dhoni, Rohit Sharma, and Dinesh Karthik. He went unsold in the 2022 IPL auctions. He then became a commentator for the tournament. Raina was firmly associated with Chennai Super Kings, though, And with his captain MS Dhoni, their close relationship even earned him the nickname Chinna Thala, junior leader, to Dhoni's Thala. Those ties went a step further when, on 15 August 2020, Raina announced his retirement from international cricket on Instagram and referenced Dhoni who, minutes earlier, had posted news of his international retirement on the same platform. Suresh Raina debuted in Test cricket against Sri Lanka at Colombo, SSC, on 26 July 2010. His last Test match was against Australia at Sydney on 6 January 2015. Suresh Raina debuted in ODI cricket against Sri Lanka at Dambulla on 30 July 2005. His last ODI match was against England at Leeds on 17 July 2018. Suresh Raina debuted in T20 International against South Africa at Johannesburg on 1 December 2006. His last T20 international match was against England at Bristol on 8 July 2018. Suresh Raina played 18 Test matches, 31 innings, and scored 768 runs in his entire career with a low batting average of 26.48. His highest score of 120 against Sri Lanka at Colombo, SSC, in 2010 helps India to draw the match. Interestingly, this was his only century in Test cricket, that too on his debut. He hits 1 century and 7 half-centuries along with 4 sixes in his entire Test career. As a fielder, he took 23 catches. Suresh Raina played 226 ODI matches, 194 innings, and scored 5,615 runs in his entire career with a decent batting average of 35.31. His ODI strike rate is 93.50. His highest score of 116 not out against Bangladesh at Karachi in the 2008 Asia Cup helps India to win the match by 7 wickets. He hits 5 centuries and 36 half-centuries along with 126s in his entire ODI career. As a fielder, he took 120 catches. Suresh Raina also played 78 T20 international matches, 66 innings, and scored 1,605 runs in his entire career with a powerful strike rate of 134.87. His highest score of 101 against South Africa at Gross Islet in ICC World T20 2010 helps India to win the match by 14 runs. This is also the only 100 hit by an Indian in ICC T20 World Cups till 2023. He hits 1 century and 5 half-centuries along with 58 sixes in his entire T20 international career. As a fielder, he took 42 catches. Suresh Raina's first-class, List A, and T20 records were very impressive. Suresh Raina played 109 first-class matches, 174 innings, and scored 6,871 runs with a good batting average of 42.15. He has 14 centuries in his kitty. In List A cricket, Suresh Raina scored 8,078 runs from 302 matches with an average of 35.42 at a 94.41 strike rate. He hit 7 centuries in List A cricket. Suresh Raina's T20 record is better than first class and List A. He played 336 T20 matches and scored 8,654 runs with a terrific strike rate of 137.45. He also hits 4 centuries in T20 cricket.